Did Neil invite you to go flying?
Uh-huh. Yep, he did.
You are a lucky boy, Babens.
Aviation designers were coming up as fast as the pages on a calendar. Here's one that actually got off the drawing board and into the air. The arched wings gave it stability. It needed no tail. It also made a safe landing, but not much more than that. You seen many biplanes lately? Whoops. Out in Oregon, Hank Faddis took a running start to fame and fortune with his version of what the latest birdman should wear. But his flyer went in the wrong direction, down, hard. Measure of fame, but no fortune.
Heck yeah!
Alright, so I know you really love flying machines.
Oh yeah.
And you recently read a book about flying machines. So, I'm going to quiz you. Do you know the 4 forces of flight?
Yes.
You do. What's the first one?
Thrust.
Thrust. Alright, Babens. What's the second force of flight?
And that is called drag.
Drag. Babens is 2 for 2. What's the third force of flight?
Weight.
Weight. Now, what is weight? Do you know?
Mass.
Weight equals mass. And what are we missing here?
Gravity.
The acceleration of gravity. Babens, high five, man. Okay, why is that important?
Because, well, I'm made of mass.
You are.
You are made of mass.
I'm a chunk of mass.
Uh-huh.
The airplane is a chunk of mass.
Yeah.
If this chunk of mass is in space where there's no gravity,
It's gonna be weightless.
it's going to be weightless. That's right. Here on Earth, we have gravity.
Yeah, which is gonna affect the mass, which is gonna make it have some weight.
Dude. That's 3, man, that's like triple high five material right there. Very good, Babens. All right. Fourth force of flight.
That is gonna conquer the weight. And that, my friends, is called a lift.
Woo! 4 for 4, Babens. All right.
And today we're gonna be focusing on lift.
All right, that means we have to go outside. I made something for you. Ready? Let's do it. Hey, Babens. This is a real airfoil from a remote control airplane. Okay, do you see the unique shape of this? All right, there's a reason for that. We're going to talk about that here in a few minutes. But first, I want you to grab this and I just want you to like spin around and I want you to tell me what you feel. Sound good? All right.
I feel like something like pushing on me.
You feel something pushing on you?
Uh-huh.
All right.
I feel something like pushing on the wing and I feel it. Whoa.
Oh, we're going to do more. I have something in store for you that's going to be a lot of fun. First, I don't know if you noticed this, but I saw that you were moving the wing around like this. Do you know what that's called?
What?
It's called the angle of attack. Let's go back down to the drawing board, and we'll talk about what's happening here. And then we are going to get into the car and do an experiment. Sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The purpose of an airfoil and why it's that unique shape, and there's a lot of different shapes of airfoils. The whole point of this is to turn the airflow. So if the airflow is coming in like this, we want to turn it downwards. That is going to have a force basically in the equal and opposite direction. The air is coming in this way. Some of this air is going to go around to the top. It gets accelerated. Some of the air is going to go to the bottom. It's going to kind of get compressed down here. The top section, because this air is flowing faster, a low pressure is created. This air is getting compressed at the bottom, and this high pressure is created. And then this air is getting rerouted into it like a downward force, like so. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. It's coming up. All right, now I actually have a way of showing this to you. I'm gonna blow air onto the top. Wow, what's happening? The velocity of the air over the top speeds up. It's lowering the pressure. The static ambient pressure is now higher, and it's going to have this lifting force. Now if we blow air just onto the bottom, wow, okay, this air is coming in, it gets slowed down a little bit, which increases the pressure before it gets rolled off onto the back. So in both examples, the air is getting turned. We call it flow turning. Now you combine all three of these together and we'll have this lifting force, and as long as we're generating enough lift to overcome our weight and the drag, then the airplane will go airborne. Do you like the science?
Yep.
Yeah, I do too. Okay. Now, the pilot of an aircraft pulls back and the airplane starts pitching up. This is going to change the angle of the wing. This angle is what we call the angle of attack. Check this out. This is on the NASA website, and this is an Airfoil Simulator. We have our airfoil here. The blue lines are representing the air that's passing on the top side, and the yellows represent the air that's passing on the underside. And right here on the slider, we can change our angle of attack. This right here is going to measure our lift production. So right now we're at 1,510. Let's change our angle of attack to say 9 degrees or so. We're pitching up. Perfect, so that's like we're taking off, perfect. Wow, look at that, we're at 3,992. Well over doubled our lift production. Why don't we put the slider the whole other way, like we're a dive bomber? What happens then? Oh, we're at minus 2,170. All right, Babens, you have a pretty basic idea of what's happening here?
Yes.
All right, I know it's very complex. You can really spend a whole lot of time and a lot of brain power really understanding the little nuances of lift generation. But what's exciting is once you kind of get a basic understanding of this and you progress in your studies, particularly in mathematics and physics and all that good stuff, then boy, you can really go down a rabbit hole of information here. We will provide a link to the NASA website, maybe for your friends that are ready to kind of go to the next level. In the meantime, you and I are going to go outside and we're going to get into the car and we're going to play around with the angle of attack. Okay, here's the plan. We're going to drive down the road and we're going to start from 0 miles per hour and we're going to slowly speed up. And what I'm going to have you do is hold this wing out the window like so. Alright, sound good?
What if we lose it?
We won't lose it.
Okay.
We're not going to be going too fast.
Okay. And like pretend that like this was a small airplane and this was like one of the wings.
That's exactly what we're doing.
Okay. And like kind of do like up and down like how it would be. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
Changing your angle of attack?
Yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
Yes, well, I'm going down and up and down. Angle of attack.
I'm going to use this as my model. All right, so we've learned about how lift is being generated from an airfoil, and now we're going to talk about the control surfaces. So we'll start from the back, which is called the empennage. And here we have the horizontal stabilizer and the vertical stabilizer. They're almost like the fins on an arrow. So what are the control surfaces?
The rudder.
The rudder, very good, rudder. Right here, okay? What else?
The elevator, right here.
Yep, elevator, that's right.
The aileron.
The aileron, there's 2 ailerons, one on each wing.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Here and right there.
That's right.
And the flaps.
And the flaps.
2 on each, and 1 on each side.
That's right. Okay, so let's talk about what each one of those does. So can you go ahead and move the elevator up and down for me?
Okay, elevator?
Okay. Up and down. So what that's doing is that's going to be changing the pitch of an aircraft. Up and down, up and down. Okay? What about a rudder?
A rudder. Like this.
That's right. So move that side to side. Yeah. Okay. And the rudder controls what we call the yaw. So if we came from the top, we move the rudder to control the yaw like this. Okay? And then you mentioned ailerons. So let's see the ailerons move. Down and up, down and up. All right. And the ailerons control the roll. So if we're looking in straight on, that's the roll. Okay. And then flaps. Lower the flaps. Perfect. Look at those monsters. Okay, the flaps. Can you drop the flaps for me really a sec? Okay, the flaps really increase the amount of lift being created, and it also creates a tremendous amount of drag. So that means you can fly a lot slower and not fall out of the sky.
And like it helps you when you're landing a plane.
Yep, we'll generally use them when we take off, just a little bit of flaps when we take off, and we'll certainly use them when we're landing. That's right. And anything else? Oh, and this is a float plane. So the rudder would be controlled to this little steering fin on the pontoon, although we don't have that connected right now. Very good. Look at that. All right. Perfect. All right, so I have a surprise for you. So why don't you close your eyes?
Wait, this little guy, he's a trainer.
So let's go to the park.
I would love to.
All right. Ready? Okay, here you go. Tell me when. I crashed into a tree my very first time. You know that? It's a true story. Oh. I'll get it. Okay, recording? Okay. Ready? Good job. Let's do another one. Nice, easy circles. That was a beautiful landing. Babens! Man, high five! Dude! Hey, Babens. I just got off the phone with a man named Neil, and Neil is a pilot, and he would like to meet you. So what do you say we go for a ride?
Sure.
My name is Neil. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
This is my wife, Anne.
Hi.
Just so you know, my wife is a pilot also. She flies a 737 for Delta Airlines.
you. You do?
I do.
I heard you like airplanes, is that right?
Uh-huh.
Funny enough, happen to have one close by. Before any airplane, okay, before we go flying, we have to check to make sure everything is safe. Okay? So, will you help me do that? We're going to go out and you're going to help me. It's called a pre-flight. Okay? So let's...
It's like, is a pre-flight when like you fly, when like you're flying on the water?
No, what it is we check the airplane. It's like, you know when your dad takes your car to the mechanic?
Oh.
So this is what I'm kind of doing now. I'm going to check everything and you're going to help me.
Okay.
Okay, all right. And Anne, can you move the elevator first? See? That makes the airplane go up or down. Anne, can you move the rudders?
Oh yeah.
You'll see, there we go, see it there?
Yeah.
There we go. And look, see these move simultaneously at the same time? And now do the ailerons, Anne. Okay.
Did Neil invite you to go flying?
Uh-huh. Yep, he did.
You are a lucky boy, Babens.
Oh, okay. Right seat. Got it.
right, let's think about our next project. Do you have any ideas?
I got a great idea, and you're gonna